Good morning, I'm Cari Davies. Vladimir Putin has visited Russian-occupied territory in Ukraine for the first time since the war began. His visit to the port city of Mariupol is being described as a defiant response to a warrant for his arrest issued by the International Criminal Court. Vincent McAviney reports.
In the dead of night, Putin cruising around the streets of Mariupol, a now fugitive head of state, liable for arrest in 123 countries, on his first trip to Russian-occupied Ukraine, trying to send a message of defiance from the driver's seat. According to Russian state media, he visited the city's Philharmonic Hall, the same building allegedly used by Russia to hold prisoners of war for sham trials. Always keen to be in the global front row, Putin described its restoration as beautiful. This strategic port city, captured by Russia in the early months of the war, has been a theatre for some of its fiercest fighting around the Avastal steel plant. Russia has been rebuilding parts of this city in an attempt to erase its Ukrainian identity. Despite the vast destruction on his orders, this group of locals purportedly happened upon the touring president, thanking and offering up their prayers for him. Earlier in the day, Putin also visited Crimea on the anniversary of its annexation in 2014, looking carefree and unapologetic as he toured a new children's art centre, despite being accused by the ICC of stealing around 60,000 Ukrainian children. Putin is unlikely to ever end up in a jail cell, but the arrest warrant has made headlines around the world and at home. Whilst this head of state will now spend his final days hiding from justice, Saturday's stunt visit is meant to show both audiences he's not feeling bound. Vincent McAviney, ITV News.
Boris Johnson will publish evidence ahead of a televised grilling by MPs over whether he misled Parliament. The former Prime Minister will face a Commons Privileges Committee on Wednesday about alleged COVID rule-breaking parties. Mr Johnson denies misleading MPs. The Home Secretary is making plans to deport people to Rwanda by the summer. While visiting the African nation, Suella Braverman has expanded the agreement to include anyone entering the UK illegally. The Home Office says it's working towards the first flights taking off within months, dependent on legal challenges. At least 15 people have died after an earthquake hit Ecuador and northern Peru. Ecuador's president has called for calm after the 6.8 magnitude quake rattled the country overnight, causing some buildings to collapse. Rescue teams are working to free those still trapped in the rubble. An alert will be sent to all mobile phones across the UK to test a new government public warning system. The test will take place on Sunday, the 23rd of April. If it's successful, it's hoped it could save lives, as Barbara Holmes reports.
The UK is experiencing more and more serious and severe weather events. The last few years have seen the country hit by floods, wildfires and blizzards. Now the government is trialling a new alert system they hope will save lives. On Sunday, April the 23rd, mobile phones across the country are going to vibrate and make a loud noise like this. Users won't be able to access other features on their devices until they acknowledge the alert. It's designed to contact 90% of mobile users in affected areas and will tell them where the threat is and how to respond. It's modelled on similar schemes already in use in other countries. And while the plan is for the alerts to be issued during the worst weather events, the system could be expanded for use during terror attacks. There is no need to download an app or special software to receive the alerts, but there is a facility to opt out of them. However, officials say they hope mobile users will recognise their life-saving potential and keep them turned on. Barbara Holmes, ITV News.
Well, that's it from all of us for now. There is plenty more, of course, on our website. Your evening news is at 6:45. Until then, bye-bye.